Greetings, humans. I'm Andy, and I'm George, and this is Couscous.
And welcome back to the Windmill Full of Corpses.
Right, so this song is about couscous.
Why is this song about couscous?
Well, have you seen the couscous anecdotes? I'm sure some of that shit isn't legal. There's eggnog in his pudding.
Check out our couscous anecdotes video to figure out why couscous is a criminal. Anyway, this is Rivers of Nihil, and it's a new song. And by new song, I mean a song that used to be new back when it came out, but in the meantime it's old, but I've been living under a rock and was unaware that it exists. But I've become a pretty big Rivers of Nihil fan, like, over the last year or so, listening to, like, stuff off of Where I Always Know My Name and the work, and I've been checking out their new songs, and I decided I want to do a reaction, and then when they dropped another new song, I didn't know it existed. So we're checking it out now.
So you're a bad fan.
That hurts my feelings.
You're not true. You're a poser.
I'm following too many bands, okay?
Are you ready?
No! You insulted me. Wow!
You say that I live on the fringe. Did you say you're complete You call me a criminal, but I'll just do this shit to win. I am right at the innocent man, pushing forward the wishes of sin. I'm a criminal mama. Just look at what you did.
What's happening?
I'll show you what he's done. You're a criminal. Just look at what you've done. I'm going to find you. You'll never see the sun. I'll be deep in the dungeon. Throwing the key. I do what I have to. I know
Wow!
Just look at what you've done. Yeah, just look at what you've done.
Oh my god. It's the same video makers as Entheos.
David S. Brodsky?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And they're also Metal Blade, so I guess it checks out.
Wow! That's a lot of stuff. That is so much stuff. You have 3 voices in this band now.
I didn't know they had so many voices.
Their vocalist left, and the result is now they have 3 voices.
What in the name of fuck?
When your vocalist leaves, you're supposed to have fewer voices. So you have the bassist dude who's like the main harsh vocal.
Yeah.
You have backing vocals from the drummer, and one of the guitarists is doing the clean vocals.
Yeah.
And over the last 2 new songs, Suborbital Blues and Hellbirds, they have like clean vocal choruses too, which I don't think they used to have before.
Yeah, I'm not used to this like noticeable chorus thing happening in Rivers of Nihil.
Yeah.
It was always a lot more brutal and confusing.
It's so cool. Like the core of the song isn't even like, it's like, it's got like riffs alternating with drum transitions, basically.
Yeah.
Like through the verses, to the degree to which you can tell which parts are verses, through the verses, you have like riff, like some gallop with then like that stuff, and then just a drum trip, and then it goes into that riff again. So it's like half the time you're just relying on the drums. It's so reliant on the drums being inventive all the time.
You also have that thing happening when the drums are just blasting and the guitar, instead of running, is just dropping some chugs.
Solo was cool as shit.
Yeah, Solo was really cool. How it started all menacing and eerie and then went on the shred fest.
Yes.
And it was pretty short, but it like just goes up and peaks there, and when it peaks you get back into the blast. It's like just when you reach on top of the mountain and you find out the mountain's a plateau.
Yeah. And it's one of those songs that really knows how to work the interplay between grooves and headbanging.
Yeah.
And then just running with the blasts, right?
Yeah.
Like none of those 2 dimensions gets overbearing. You're not just stuck in a groove all the time. You're also not just running all the time. It's really played that balance right. Couple of cool details. I'm pretty sure I caught some frames where this goober was double-handed tapping his bass while screaming.
Yeah.
You know, I have a friend who said that when bands have the main vocal being the bassist, then the bass lines suffer. Like if it's a guitarist, it's okay because you can have a second guitarist that's really focused on the guitar work.
Yeah.
But when you have a bassist, you don't often have 2 basses, right? Like the guy's got to focus on his vocals and do the bass, so the bass will often be poor. Not with these guys. I saw them live. Like they're tight.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty convinced the motherfucker's gonna do that.
Yeah, it's insane. And the other cool thing is like you have all this structural mumbo jumbo happening, but then you always have that eerie tone. I don't know what it is, if it's a guitar with some chorus or flanger on it, or if it's just like a sample in the background, but it's like always there. It's the only thing you hear when it starts before it builds the song, and it's the only thing that's left at the end.
Yeah, there's definitely this sense of like unease behind the song, and I feel like it came forward more on the clean bit. Like on the atmospheric bit, where by the way you also get whispered vocals as if the vocals weren't multidimensional enough. Like I felt like that clean guitar line, those chords had an Opeth vibe through there.
I see that.
So there is a bit of that like very anguished sort of emotion hiding behind all noise that comes to the forefront.
Funerary droning.
We're gonna call it funerary droning. So this is basically a killing machine built on top of a foundation of funerary droning.
Yes.
If that goes on the thumbnails, no one's even gonna have the patience to read the thumbnail.
One more thing. Bass drops 2 lines, then the drum transition starts.
Bass drops 2 lines, you mean 2 notes?
2 notes, yeah.
Like,
yeah, that moment is the best thing. It's like how to spotlight your bassist without giving him a solo. It's like, oh, by the way, bass, okay, now we're doing our thing.
Yeah, it's also spectacular mixing to bring the bass forward. It's also spectacular songwriting to bring the bass forward, because you have like parts that like the bass comes in alone and then the rest of the riffs come in. So that like grips your attention with the bass line, so when the rest emerges, you have the bass in your mind so you can spot it in the mix, right? Like it's brought it to your attention before it goes all in.
You say like so many times.
I say like a lot.
Yes.
How many times did I say like?
I lost track.
We should put a like counter in the video edit.
Now, whoever's editing is now going to have to go back and do that.
Or
You're
not.
editing.
I'm editing.
Are we done?
Now,
So if you enjoyed this reaction, we'd greatly appreciate the likes and shares. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. With bells
thank
on.
you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
Corpses out.